What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. It's Kings and Dreams back with a special live. Man, I hope everyone enjoyed their holiday and hope you guys enjoyed my stream last night. Today, got a special guest, and we are going to be talking about, are modern men truly enlightened? Do they actually really understand the power of what they actually have in their hands in this modern day society? And this is a conversation that I want to have with a young man that has sparked social media, TikTok, YouTube, you name it, man. And so right now he's currently in Brazil, and he has been on my channel before. If you can see in my background, my man Austin Holman, what's going on, brother?
How you doing? I'm doing good.
Man, I'm doing well, man. I see you out there in Brazil having a great time, man. And for those who don't know, we were supposed to schedule this a while ago, but we were trying to get the times together. And at that time, you were actually in Pattaya, Thailand. So, yeah, man. So you out there living and enjoying your life, man. That's what's up, man. I'm happy to see that, man.
Yeah, I love it. I'm never coming back.
Hey man, I hear you, brother. I hear you, man. And so, as mentioned in the thumbnail, you know, you have a group, enlightened Western men, and I think that this group talks about men traveling and men understanding their worth, right? And so, the thing is, we're going to talk about the flip side of that, because there are some men who are able to travel, have the means to travel, but they don't really know their worth, and they just stay in the States and just deal with the situations, whether it be romantically, whether it be financially, and things of that sort. So they feel an obligation to stay here, right? And so, um, my first question to you is that, from your standpoint, why do you think that some men feel obligated to stay in the United States?
Fear. Number one thing is fear.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people have been persuaded by the media that when they come to Brazil, they will be shot and robbed as soon as they get off the plane.
Right.
There's a lot of fear mongering, is what I'm trying to get at with that. There's a lot of shaming going on too, and they try to do it to me. It doesn't work on me. I don't even know why they keep trying.
Yeah.
Uh, but they'll try to shame you like, oh, your mom is American, your family's American. You I even had somebody tell me one time that, oh, you could be the next Malcolm X or the next Martin Luther King. You could take that momentum that you created and use it to better the community. And those people also were both assassinated.
Right. Yeah, that's that's not a good comparison, and I understand what they're trying to say is that you have a strong movement behind you, right? And so
Correct.
it's a compliment, but also within that compliment, as you mentioned, like those two brothers who were trying to do much for the community end up passing away, right? And let's just bring it to modern times, right? So, RIP to the late great Kevin Samuels. When he passed away, a lot of modern women and even modern men were even shaming him, and it was just like, wow, like he was one for the community. So it's like, if you're for the community and you want to help your community, but your community tears you down, what is it that you're supposed to do?
There's nothing you can do.
Right. And that's one of the things, like, I really commend you at a young age for just saying, you know what, like I'm seeing the nonsense early and I'm getting out of there, because a lot of brothers, we try to hold it down one way or another, whether it be a relationship and or marriage or financial and things of that sort, and we want to be there for our community, and men in general. Like, that's what we want to do. Men are loyal, and we want to be able to rectify whatever situation, but sometimes some situations aren't worth rectifying. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So my next question to you, brother, is that what was like the point of where you said, okay, I am actually going to pick Brazil and stay in Brazil.
What point did I come to that conclusion where I felt the
Yeah.
need to expat?
Yeah.
Well, actually, the first time I went to Brazil in February, I felt that way. Like I was like, I got to get out of the United States.
Right.
The second time I went, I was like, okay, I really need to start work. That this is confirming that feeling I had, and I really need to start working on getting out of the United States.
Right.
Then I started doing this, and I saw the momentum I was getting, and then I started making money from doing this, and I was like, this is my way of the United States. Let me not waste any time and have any fear of leaving, and
Right.
just up and leave. Because I did it. I was a little anxious about it, especially the last 3 days in the United States, but I
Right.
thank God I didn't wait.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And just to be transparent, like did you have like a little fear, or was that like once you landed in Brazil back in February, like that fear just left? Or
Well,
did the fear leave before you actually got on the plane?
the fear left before I got on the plane. When I got to the airport, I was pretty much set in stone, like in my mind, like I don't care how this turns out, I'm just gonna make it work where I don't have to come back.
Right.
And when I got in Thailand, I was a little more comfortable after
Yeah.
maybe like 10 days.
Right.
But Thailand wasn't my happy place. I mean, Thailand, I had a good time, I loved it, but Brazil was my happy place. And just
Got you.
knowing, even just knowing I was going, I had never been to Sao Paulo, but I flew into Sao Paulo airport to go to Rio. And just
Okay.
being in Sao Paulo and seeing the favelas when I was landing just made me have like a sense of ecstasy, just knowing that I was back here, even though it wasn't a city I had been in before. I think it's just the country itself is what I'm in love with.
Right, absolutely. So would you say like Thailand's more like your vacation place, but home for you is Brazil?
Now, Thailand's not my vacation place.
Okay.
I would go there just to go there. I mean, I would go back. I'm gonna go back one day.
Right.
I
Okay,
guess
so
you,
let me
I guess you could call it vacation place. And yeah,
yeah,
but
that's
it's
yeah,
not.
that's what I meant. Like you would go hang out for a few days, but that's not somewhere you see yourself long term. That's what I meant by that question.
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't do Thailand long term. No.
Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. And so I was talking to Average Man Unplugged, and I had a live stream yesterday. I'm not sure if you got a chance to catch it, but one of the things that he and I had talked about was that in Brazil, what a lot of people don't know is that outside of the continent of Africa, they actually have the most African people there, right? So, and the thing is that um, the thing is that like I understand when a lot of brothers want to be able to hold it down, be there for the community, but you could go to Brazil and yeah, you may run into a little bit of issues, but nowhere near the issues that you're going to run into in the States as far as whether it be financially or romantically. And so one of the places of where I'm not sure if you're there now, but you're actually in Bahia, Brazil, right? And that's like an African dominated city, correct?
But he is a state. But yeah, I
Oh,
believe
but
the
he is the
entire
state. My
state.
fault. Sorry about that.
I'm in Salvador, Bahia, and it's yes, it's mostly African.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so a lot of people didn't know that about Brazil, and so just kind of just tell the people like about your experience in Brazil, but highlight Bahia first, and then you could work your way to Rio and Sao Paulo.
I don't have any experience in Sao Paulo besides the airport,
Okay,
uh,
so besides the airport, my bad. Okay,
but I feel a lot safer here in Bahia.
right.
Uh, they say on paper Bahia has a way higher murder rate than Rio, but
Mm-hmm.
it has to be all in the favelas. It has to
Right.
be. I'm in the tourist zone right now, and you can walk around late at night. Actually, in this neighborhood, in the other neighborhood, Baja, I was out at 3 o'clock in the morning because I didn't have any service. And I actually walked for a far distance, and it seemed unsafe because nobody was out there.
Right.
But in Rio, there can be people outside at nighttime in Copacabana, which is very famous, and it's not that safe. I mean, I've never been robbed or anything, but you can feel that you should limit your time out in Copacabana or Ipanema at nighttime.
Okay.
So number one, I feel a lot safer. Number two, there's a lot of black people here. Number three, it's a hell of a lot cheaper by a
Right.
lot.
Yeah. What would you say? So like compare like the prices, right? So like, I know for me, like where my place is in Medellin is 750, and I'm in a 2 bedroom, two full bathroom, kitchen, dining room, and balcony, and also have a jacuzzi. So for something like that, like I'm not sure where you're staying, but like it looks like it's a nice place. So like compare that to where you were staying in the States.
This quality of apartment, I would say, is the same as what I was staying in the States,
Okay,
except I'm paying half the price and I'm getting probably double the value.
gotcha.
For example, I'm paying $560 here, and my apartment back home was $1,100 a month. That's
Right,
before they added all the unnecessary sewage and all that other stuff they add on there that you don't really think about.
right,
Valet trash. Difference is here every single day. There's a maid that comes in that'll sweep, mop, clean the shower, wash the dishes if you have dishes in the sink, wipe off all the counters, make your bed, clean the patio. There's a free laundry service downstairs where I take my clothes downstairs. They wash them. They'll call me and tell me you can pick them up, and they put them they fold them for you too, and they put them in a sack, and that's all done in one day in like maybe 4 or 5 hours.
man. So the service is just great over there, man. That sounds amazing. Now I will say the spot where I'm at, I do got to pay for the laundry, but you know what? That's cool. But like the service over there is just so much better, and you're all right because I did catch that little that comment that you said like when it comes to like the sewage bill and stuff like that in the States, yeah, like they will try to nickel and dime you for stuff like that. So I did catch that comment. Did
Yeah,
catch
they
that
add
one.
on everything,
Right. Exactly.
especially valet
Exactly.
trash.
Yes, yeah. It's like what? Like how are you gonna charge me for trash?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. All right. So now you're in Bahia. So tell me about your experience in Rio.
Rio is about double the price, I think, by here. So where I'm at this apartment, I can actually, and I put it on a vlog, I can see and hear the water, on the shore of the beach.
Hmm.
And in Rio, you're not getting that for 560. And this is a 1 bedroom. That's all I
Okay.
need. I probably should have got 2 bedrooms for YouTube, but it's
Yeah,
too late now.
it's all
But
good. Okay.
you're talking at least 15 to 2,000 per month just to be one street behind the beach in Rio. And then it'll be a lot like this looks a lot more modern. It'll be a lot more outdated. It's not as safe. And then the food, everything, all the restaurants around you are a lot more expensive.
Right.
I can go downstairs and eat at the restaurant for $4 or $5.
Yeah.
You go downstairs in Copacabana, it's gonna be at least $10.
Mm.
And probably 15 more on average.
Right. Absolutely, man. Let me just say what's up to some people in here. Just make sure that you guys are liking the video, share the video. Definitely make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and also I saw that you hit 30K, man. So subscribe to Austin Holman's channel because this guy is doing it out there, man. Salute to you,
Thank you.
brother. All right, Felicia Jordan, hello and welcome to Kings and Dreams channel. Please wipe your feet at the door. My man Garden Scientist says, Kings, what's up with you, man? Tobias, the Traveler, we are almost live. Oh, yeah, man. We live now. Like and subscribe. Shout out to my man, The Art of Will. Don't hit the like button until you watch the live for at least 3 minutes, as it should help the algorithm. YouTube is funny style like that. Man, I didn't even know that. Man. So thanks for that. I appreciate you. Culture Invasion Podcast, salute, man. My man, E. Rosary, salute, salute. Definitely, man. A lot of people in here. So let's see. YouTube is hating with that notification bell. Yeah, they are. Indeed. My man, the King's Table 901. Now I can see it, man. Salute. I can see your comment now. Salute. Master Mark is in here. I appreciate you. Passport Bros, Couch Gang, Righteous Fear. Yeah, man. Time to retire, man. So this guy right here, I'm not sure if you had a chance to connect with him, Austin, but he actually bought his house in 2007 in Thailand, and he's a good contact for anyone that's watching that is interested in going to Thailand or actually getting a property out in Thailand. Definitely contact Time to Retire. Yeah, he's definitely good with that. What's up, chat? Beach Bum.
No, I've never heard of him. I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he well, excuse me. Yeah, so I met him back a few months ago, and he was showing me like the house that he bought back in 2007. He paid 38 USK back in 2007. So now, with inflation and all that, but even with that, like you're looking at maybe between 50 to 70K, but it's like a 3 or 4 bedroom house. Like it's really, really nice. So imagine that in like the US, like you're probably looking at something that's probably going to be $200,000 to $300,000, depending on where you're at in the States too.
Yeah.
Salute to Austin Homing. Yes. Primal Study. Salute, my man. Absolutely. So you mentioned fear is I'm gonna get back to the comments here, but you mentioned that fear is one of the reasons why modern men don't don't want to travel or are hesitant to travel. What's another reason you think?
Like I said, the shame and the guilt that they get from the women and other men.
Yeah.
For example, like I said, your mom's black, or you're tearing down the community.
Right.
I even heard somebody say that you're inciting violence on American women by telling them to leave y'all alone.
Right. Yeah, I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense. Like how are you inciting violence? The thing
Well, they
the
just
thing
say
is
whatever.
well the problem I have with that statement is because it's like why did it take for us to just say, you know what, like we're out of here now you are feeling some type of way, and then now like you're starting to see videos pop up and saying, oh, these passport brothers are dusty, we never wanted them anyway. And as I mentioned last night, shout out to my man Average Man Unplugged. Like these women are saying that because they know that they are about to lose, and it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold, and the men that are leaving are men of quality. Because if you're able to travel back and forth or relocate overseas, you got to have something about you in order to do something like that.
Exactly.
Right. So that doesn't make any sense to me. Hold on, let me just address this super chat here. Let's see. Let me scroll down. Shout out to my man, the social loner, Afro Funk. I missed it. Yeah, that was when was that? That was yesterday, or
That was last night, and I'm going again here in about 3 hours.
okay. So yeah, so talk about that because I haven't heard about this one before.
So Afro Funk is like it's like a black. I guess they're saying it's like a black funk. In Brazil they listen to funk music. I don't think it's. I think funk in Brazil is kind of mixed between actual funk that you would have heard back in the day in the United States and rap, more so in Brazil. But they dress like, funk from 30, 40 years ago. But it's like an outdoor event. And actually, that was one of the best concerts I've ever been to in my life. Actually, that was the only concert I've been to, but the best outdoor event is what I'm trying to say. There were a lot of people there. A lot of people.
Okay, now is this an event that happens every year, or
It's one time a year here in Salvador.
okay? Because I was supposed to go down to Brazil earlier this year to a festival in February to Bahia, but like they had the restrictions, so like the restrictions weren't as comfortable as it is now, so that's why I ended up not going. But yeah, I never heard of this funk event because I definitely would have loved to have went there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been good, man. So yeah, so it's a lot of people there, and is that free to get in or?
I paid $40 for my ticket. $40 for
Okay,
my ticket.
okay, so you have to have a ticket to get in there. Okay,
Yeah, it's sold out.
okay, gotcha. And is this like an all day thing, or is this only like in the evening time?
I believe it started at 8 p.m. and it was until 5 a.m.
Oh wow, okay, nice. There we go. All right, and so for the men that are in fear of traveling, what's like the most important thing that you would say to them?
On what aspect?
So like so what is that like? Okay, like if they say, hey, you know what? Oh, your camera went out.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's been like 30 minutes. I did hear you say like every 30 minutes it'll cut out or go
yeah,
on.
it's annoying.
Yeah. No worries, man. But I was just gonna say, what's like one thing that you would say to men who travel, men who don't want to travel, or they're hesitant to travel rather. So like they're considering it, but they're hesitant. Like what do you think would like push them over the edge to actually, go ahead and make the plunge?
Watching my videos, watching a 23-year-old do it. That's what I've been hearing. I'm actually being a tour guide for someone right now that said he came down here and he was inspired by my videos
Yeah.
and seeing that I'm showing firsthand what it's like out here, and people are seeing me walk around with a camera
Mm-hmm.
in this super dangerous, poor country that they make it out to be.
Right.
Yet I'm able to record, so it can't be that dangerous. And I think that boots on the, and I'm not the only YouTuber that's done this, but
Right.
that boots on the ground commentary I give kind of makes it more realistic for people. And a lot of people, I mean, not everybody that says they're going to do it in my comments is going to do it, but
Right.
the fact that they even say it or they consider it is what makes a difference. So I think just following my content can help a lot. Talk to people that actually know what they're talking about. There are people
I completely
that sit
agree.
behind a computer desk all day, and I'm in Brazil, and they're trying to tell me what's going on here because of a video they saw on YouTube.
Right. Absolutely. I completely agree. Like my whole thing is that especially with people, like when you have some people that will try to like deter people from traveling overseas, and like they either haven't traveled overseas, or it's like they haven't traveled in about like 10 years. Like things are changing fast, things are changing rapidly. Like Medellin is Medellin is my city. I go there 6 to 8 times a year, and it's very modern. Like, and you've been there, so you know exactly what I'm saying. Like it's a very modernized city, so it's not like, oh, like we're just going to like little huts and little shacks and stuff like that. Like we're actually going to nice apartments, or if someone is a hotel person, you go into 4 or 5 star hotels. So it's not like you're just going to like like a place that doesn't have like a roof or something like that. And they get this wrong idea because of what they have seen probably on a movie or a TV show, and it's like, come on, man, like that's not real life, because you, as you mentioned, you have boots on the ground, so you have your camera out. Like when you were in Rio and you were talking to I forget her name, but
Hinata.
I'm sorry.
Hinata.
Hinata, yeah, but yeah, but when you were talking to her, like it was like, oh, okay, like just hanging out on the beach, and she said that I think she said she's been to America before, stuff like that, but she said like it's very safe, and you felt very safe, and it was like, oh, like yeah, this is for real. So I mean, of course you are. There going to be bad parts no matter where you go. No matter where you go, there's going to be bad parts. But the thing about it is that like if we're telling you, okay, go to this area, you'll be good over there. I'm actually good over there, or I've been over there recently, and it's good over there. Why are you gonna go by something that somebody said or saw, especially like on the news, man? That's one thing that really irks my nerves, man.
Yeah.
That's one thing that really irks my nerves. So another question I have for you is that what's like the most important thing that you've learned while traveling to
Hmm.
Brazil?
That's a really hard question. What's the most important thing? You probably had to narrow that one down a little bit.
Okay, all right. You know what? I'll ask you a better, interesting question. What was something that maybe you had an assumption of, but learned it to either be true or not true before traveling? So, like before you travel, maybe you had an assumption of what something was going to be, and then it ended up being either better or exactly what you thought it would be.
I would say how up to date a lot of things are in Brazil. Brazil is the infrastructure is outdated, but
Right,
they have just as much stuff as we do in the States.
right.
Just as much stuff. I mean, they have Apple Pay,
Mm-hmm.
they have TVs, they have lights, they have running water, electricity. I'm not saying I thought that, but I didn't expect to see malls that look better than they do in the United States.
Yes, yes, I would say I would have to agree with you. The infrastructure is really what like I was pleasantly surprised about, and then like the restaurants and everything like that, because like they have stuff that we eat over there, eat over here, and it's like, oh really? I had no idea. So you were right about that. Like the infrastructure, that's really important. That's really important. Hold on, let me just answer the super chat. Doing great work, brothers. Shout out to you, social loner, my dude. Doing great work, brothers. Touching down in Brazil very soon. New Year's in Bahia. Yeah, man. Enjoy your life, man. Enjoy your life. Live it up.
Thank you.
Oh wow. Again, best thing I've learned is my value as a man who's about his business. Yeah, man. Say that for sure. For sure. A lot of men nowadays underestimate their value, and this is one of the reasons why I invited Austin to come up, because with a young man that is actually doing it, and he's enjoying his life, living his life, clearly has boots on the ground, and he's showing us like we can do it too. We don't have to wait until we are 50, 60 years old, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if that's something that if you have obligations, of course, but if you don't have any obligations and you have the ability to get your passport, like you need to be doing that like ASAP. Like you need to go to the post office first thing tomorrow morning and do that. That's my whole thing, man. That's my whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So another question I have for you, is that, you know, with the African culture in Brazil, for me, like that was one of the things that I was pleasantly surprised about. Is there something that you can tell me, understanding or learning about the African culture in Brazil that you can tell the viewers, whether it be about the music, the food, the people?
I haven't tasted any African food yet,
Okay.
but for sure, seeing samba, which I believe that's an African, thing that came to Brazil. I don't know if samba is everywhere,
Yeah.
I know it's from Brazil, correct?
I believe I think Samba might be from Brazil. Now I know there may be some Afro Colombians that may differ, but I think Samba might be from Brazil. I think Samba might be from Brazil. Anyone in the chat can chime in and let us know. But um, I think you may be on the money. I think it may be from Brazil, only because I think Brazil is just the bigger country. So I'm probably going to assume, and it has more Africans in it. So pardon my ignorance if I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, the African, or let me say, the black people here are more connected than they are in the States. That's what's different about their African or
Yeah.
black culture as opposed to the United States.
Right.
They actually have that African culture. I've never been anywhere in the United States and seen them doing. It almost looks like you're in Africa sometimes when you're watching them dance in the circles and sing.
Right.
We don't have anything like that in the States.
Yeah. No. No. Unless you're actually going to like an African party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you're going to an African party, they won't have that. Like if you go to a regular club or an event, you're not going to see that unless it's like an Afro or like a Caribbean event or something like that. Let's see here. I'll just make sure that you definitely subscribe to Austin Holman's channel. Hit that notification bell. Let's see. Will, I did see your comment. You said that the notification bell did not work for my live. I'm not sure why it didn't work, but I have heard that before. Have you heard that before, Austin? Sometimes the notification bell doesn't work for you.
I was doing some research on it. And I believe YouTube only notifies 10% of your subscribers when you go live or post.
Oh, okay. So it's only 10%. Yeah, that's not. Yeah. So that's not even. So why even have that bell? Yeah, that's counterproductive, man.
Yeah, I don't know why they got a lot of stupid stuff that.
Yeah, absolutely. Poolman 313, what's going on? What is going on? Let's see here. Got some questions for you here. Shout out to Buck Travel. Ask him, is he visiting any new countries in South America?
Yes,
Do you
I
have
plan to
any
go
plans,
everywhere. I plan to go everywhere, especially Paraguay. Because Paraguay, I haven't heard anybody really talk about Paraguay. Paraguay or Uruguay.
Yeah. Okay.
Chile, not too many passport bros cover Chile or those three. It's usually just Brazil, Colombia, Central America, and I guess it used to be Venezuela.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Mike. Big Mike, he comes in a lot of chats, and you probably seen him in some of your chats. He's always talking about Chile. You know, like he said yesterday. I think he said he's been out there for almost about a year. But yeah, he loves Chile, man. All right, question from. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying I have to go check it out. I've been having a hard time learning Spanish.
Really, I'm surprised. I mean, because Portuguese to me is the more challenging one.
I think it's because I enjoy Portuguese more.
Okay, yeah. See, I enjoy Spanish more, but I get what you're saying. So I guess it has to do more or less kind of like your interest in it, your interest level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when I'm getting ready to go to Brazil, I know my interest level is going to definitely spike. But not to say I don't want to go to Brazil, because I do, but I haven't had like a surefire like plan time frame of when I'm going to be doing that. Time to retire. Ask you. He wants to know what is it about Thailand that you didn't like?
What I did like too. What I did like was the cheap cost of living, the internet speed for the most part, the cell phone reception, cellular reception. But I'm 23. I travel to meet women. Asian women don't do it for me.
Okay. Hey, man, you got to keep it real. That's my fault. Go ahead.
So, sorry to cut you off, but there's a lot of people that, as we say nowadays, cap. Oh, I'm not traveling for women. Yeah, stop. That's a dry lie. Because how many of y'all would actually come to Brazil if these women didn't look the way they did? If it was the same, if it was the cost of living was cheaper and all that, but you put U.S. women in Brazil and Brazilians weren't here, would you still come to Brazil? At least with the same urgency. So I
Well,
don't know why we act like women don't play a big part of why. That is almost the whole movement. If you ask me, the women are the primary portion, and then the rest is secondary.
I would say so. So here's a little bit of pushback for me, right? Like, because I would say that woman to me is more or less the secondary reason. Reason being is because my peace comes first. Because yes, you're right. Now you're right. Like if the women weren't attractive and all that, of course, like we wouldn't, we as men would not be traveling to these countries, right? But the thing is that I believe peace is more important. But at the age where you're at, like, you just have you to think about. You don't have any responsibilities. So I believe it all depends on where a person is in life. You know what I mean? So me, like,
Well,
I got an 8-year-old kid, right? So dealing with headaches with that, I'm not gonna talk about that on camera, but you guys can kind of read into that if you will. So it's like, hey, you know what? I gotta leave to find peace. After I find peace, then it's like, hey, you know what? Let's see what's up with the ladies. You get where I'm coming from on that?
what is giving you peace outside of the United States?
So what I mean by peace of mind, as far as like as far as not being like hustled and bustled. So hustled and bustled as far as like as you mentioned, right? Like you got to pay this when you paying rent or whatever the case is. Things like that, getting taxed and all this nonsense. So when I know, it's like when I pay something, I know, okay, this is what I'm paying for. This is the straight up price.
Okay, I can see that. But for me, being at peace was knowing that I wasn't crazy.
Right. No, I feel you. I feel you. And you know what I mean? Like again, like if I'm 23, I would feel the same way. Like, hey, there's a bunch of baddies in Brazil. There's a bunch of baddies in, Thailand or, whatever a man likes. Like, go to that destination. I completely agree with that. Let's see. All right. Bahia is a port city to where all the slave ships landed. I did not know that. I did not know that. Shout out to Khalil Gibran. Peace to you, man. Sorry, I'm just trying to find. I'm trying to go through these comments because I like, I appreciate everyone coming in here showing love. Que tal, mi hermano? Chocolate Brown, brother, man. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate you for coming through. Definitely make sure that you guys like and subscribe to this channel. Share the video. Uh, Yeah, well, the reason why I have this video up is because Austin is actually in this video. That's why I have the video up. So I don't know if you guys noticed that, but Austin is actually in the video. That's the reason why I picked this video to show. Speaking of that, we got part 3 coming up in a few weeks. I can't wait for that one. Shout out to JB. What up, y'all? Yeah, here we go. Sewage, insurance, garbage, and gas. Yes, gas is crazy, man. Gas is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Brazil has really, I think Brazil has the least expensive gas in all of Latin America. I think so. I could be wrong, but I believe that is the case. Shout out to Sean Miller. Got to get to a game, but enjoy the rest of the stream. Shout out to Kings and Dreams for building the channel up. Yeah, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. We all working together, man. We all working together. Let's see here. I see a super chat that just came in. Let's see what this one says. Pooh Man says, shout out to Average Man. I found out about Guyana and was Austin visiting Guyana. Do you plan on going to Guyana? I know you said that you plan on going everywhere, so I'm going to assume Guyana is probably one of the countries that you're going to be hitting up sooner
Yeah,
rather than later.
yeah. I had knew about Guyana, but after seeing Average Man Unplugged's video, I actually thought about going a lot sooner. Like now that I'm living here, so I finally realized that none of this in Brazil is going anywhere. So I
Right,
actually have the mental ability now to leave and not feel like I'm missing out on anything here because none of this is going anywhere.
right,
None of this. There's in the United States, sometimes you want to stay in the area because there's a good time of year. Like, oh, it's spring, you don't want to miss out. You're not
right,
missing out. It's always something going on here. So yeah, I'll be going there
right.
soon. I'm not sure when.
Yeah, absolutely. You know who else has some good videos on Guyana? Shout out to my man Philly Dom. Philly Dom, he has some good videos about Guyana, and when it came to the ladies, he has some nice looking ladies on there, man. So definitely sooner rather than later, I would definitely check that out, bro. All right, let me look for some more questions in here. If you guys don't have any questions, then I'm gonna go back to mine. Shout out to you, De Sousa. Let's get the likes up. Definitely, absolutely, definitely get the likes up for sure. Omar Suarez, what up, King? Salute, man. Salute to you. Uh, Infinite Growth TV, salute to you, brother. Hello. Let's see here, man. JB says, as long as we build and stand on truth, we're good. They got these passport bros, exposed channels that make me laugh. Yeah, I mean, what can you actually expose? Well, what is it that you can actually say? I just I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense to me. Step off. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Cool. Yeah, I don't really see the thing with the channels and with that. I mean, the thing is that like men, we're supposed to be solution oriented, and a lot of men, they just like to complain nowadays. A lot of men just like to complain nowadays. And now, is getting a passport the ultimate solution? I wouldn't necessarily say that, but it is a solution. A solution is provided for you. And then when we ask some of these men, they'll say, "Oh, you should stay here, whatever." Okay, so what's the alternate? You don't have an alternate. That's the problem. That's the problem. You don't have an alternate. But then you get mad when we have a solution. Like, come on, like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Oh, winter has come. Oh yeah, shout out to you, Chris Blue. Yeah, man. Oh man, let me tell you. This upcoming Thursday, December 1st, I got a smoke show, man. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Trust me, man. Tune in for this one. If they never wanted us, then why are they so mad? Hey, Austin. What do you say to that one?
I mean, I would agree. I mean, like I always say, I don't like Meek Mill's music, but you never hear me talk about him. I don't
Yeah,
follow Meek Mill. I don't make videos about Meek Mill.
yeah,
I don't like Meek Mill, and therefore I don't even think about him.
right. That's interesting. I mean, I like his music, but I like his music though. Let's see here. For private consultation with myself, definitely. If you are a first-time traveler or you are traveling to Medellin, Colombia, you need boots on the ground, you need a place to stay, or you are actually looking for a place to purchase, definitely contact me. You can contact me on Instagram, Kings and Dreams, or email me at kingsandreamspodcast@gmail.com. Let's see. I like Bossa Nova.
Yeah, I don't like American women, and I talk about them because I need more men to realize that they shouldn't like them either. I'm just
Right.
reading. I'm reading a comment that somebody left.
Oh yeah. Where is that? Because
Uh,
I'm scrolling down. So just let me know where that's at.
nah, that's one of the last ones. This dude Nate.
Oh, hold on. This one here?
Yeah, it's the next one he left though.
Oh, hold on. Uh, this one?
No, it doesn't
Oh, hold on. Okay, here we go.
just ignore this dude. This dude's an idiot. I'm reading his other. He's just
Oh,
dumb.
but your comparison doesn't make sense with Meek Mill. I mean,
It's an
so
analogy.
yeah. So what? Yeah. What he's saying is that if he doesn't like something, he's not going to speak about it. So he's just gonna keep it moving. So he's not going to complain. You know, he's not going to think about it. So like that was the whole point of it, whether it had to do with traveling or whatever the case is. If you don't like something, you're not going to do it. You're not going to interact with it. Why complain about it? You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I understood the reference. What's up with the 30-minute timer? It's because his webcam just times out. It goes on sleep mode every 30 minutes. My man Charles Jones in the building. Yo, what's up with you, man? I appreciate you for coming through.
Well, see, I complain with a solution, right?
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. So yeah, like complaining without no solution. So this is why, like,
that's what
you
I'm
got,
getting at.
yeah. So this is why, like, whether it be like channels like yourself, Andre Love Crossing Borders, Taylor Made Dreams, Richie Mack. I could go on and on and on. You know what I mean? Vibes with Fred. The thing is, like, all right, we're giving brothers a solution. So we clearly see that there's a problem. Mentioned earlier about the death of Kevin Samuels and how a lot of modern men and modern women were basically talking a lot of mess about him. So it's like, hey, you know what? This is the problem. We're gonna travel overseas, right? Yeah, we talk about that, but you're right about that. You complain about a problem, but you have a solution. So I understand what you meant. Bossa Nova, Samba, Pagoda all day. Some MVP is okay. Yeah. My dad is 60. He watches Austin Holman. Man, wow. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, this is a powerful brother, man. Whether you want to agree with his statement or not, like, for someone to just say, hey, you know what? I'm actually just going to leave and live overseas. Hey, why not? And the thing is, if you don't have any responsibilities outside of yourself, man, you better take that opportunity. You better take that opportunity, man. Hold on. Germany 101 versus Spain. I hate that the World Cup is in Qatar, but it's enjoyable to watch. Brazil can advance into the knockout round with a win tomorrow. Yeah, Brazil is actually my team, so I'm definitely going for Brazil to win. Shout out to my man Big Show TV. Thank you for the super chat. That cream drink Austin had in his video is also in Cali, Colombia. It's called Crema de Viche in Colombia. Had it at the Petronio Festival. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. So I actually got a video. Shout out to my homegirl, Tours with D. Check out her channel and follow her on Instagram. And she does tours of Cali, Colombia. And so I know exactly what you're talking about. And I actually posted the video and I had that same drink. All right. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just trying to reminisce on what drink that cream drink. I think I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's like it kind of, for me, it kind of tastes like similar to like Bailey's or I don't want to call it Bailey's, no. Like, you ever had like rum cream or something like that?
I think so.
So it's something like that, So that's kind of what I get from it. So I don't know if I wouldn't say Bailey's because it's not that, no, it's not strong enough. But it's like, like a rum cream or something like that. J. Clyde is in the building. Salute. I already see you. Shout out to JB again. We can build down there. Let's see. Uh, Graduating with construction management degree in 2 weeks. Man, congrats to you. Congrats to you, man. Salute on you graduating and getting your degree, man. Jeff Johns 357. Yeah, definitely get the likes up. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Oh, I think he answered this one. How was Afropunk, bro? And you said that. So you said you went last night, right? That was your first night going.
Yeah, it's 2 days. It was yesterday and today will be the last day.
Okay.
I loved it. I loved it. I had a really, really good time. Everybody, there was no. That's what's different about the United States. You know, socializing here versus the United States is you can
Right.
most places you go to, you can talk to people, and they don't act like you're not
Right.
supposed to be social at a social event. You know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You can go
Right.
to
Yeah, Buffalo, go ahead.
you can go to a concert or a bar or a club, especially in Dallas, and everybody's like clicked up. And it's like y'all could have did that at home, you know. Y'all could have chilled, and they don't want you to talk to them. But out here, everybody wants to talk. Everybody.
Right. You're absolutely right. You know, the one thing, the one thing that I have noticed is like I can't stand when I like go to a club or a bar and like everyone's like on their cell phone and everyone's kind of like in their own like little corner and like the dance floor is like just completely wide open and it's like why even do that? You know, why even do that? That to me that never made sense. And yeah, like when I went to festival there Barranquilla, that was my first time going to Colombia. Like, man, it was so many people there, and it went to sleep again. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you out of here in a few minutes though, because I know you got to get ready to head out over there. But yeah, when I went out to festival there in Barranquilla, like it was. I could talk to anybody, man, and people. There were people from Colombia, from the states. There were people that were Colombian that live in different countries, but like the love was just there, man. It was definitely like a great positive vibe, and like you also when there's so many people, like let's keep it real. When there's so many people that look like us in the states, that you got to be ready for some possible tension, and that's the truth. You got to be ready for some possible tension, like the West Indian Day Parade. Like, man, I remember in New York. Like, I remember years ago. Like it used to be a lot more fun than the way it is now, and they put so many restrictions on what you can and can't do because of the violence. Because of the violence there. Like the thing is, but like in Barranquilla, and I'm sure at the Funk Festival that you went to last night, there was a lot of people. And if someone like have make a mistake and maybe bumped into you or you bumped into them, like it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? They just say, "Oh, my bad," and keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like the thing is, in the States, man, you step on somebody's shoes or you look at somebody wrong, you never know, man, and that thing escalate.
You can lose your life behind stepping on somebody's shoe.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I have. Yeah, man. My life too valuable to be, losing it over Jordans or Yeezys or whatever. Nah, I'm good. Big Cap says this young man that's killing the game and got YouTube going crazy. Keep winning, Austin. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Oh, okay. Saint Cyr, shout out to you. He says, yes, Sambo is from Brazil. So yeah, you were actually correct on that one. Dr. Black owned. I don't know what. Okay, I don't know what that emoji's for, but I got you. Let's see. Oh yeah, Sambo is Brazilian. Okay. So Nate has a question. If you're so focused on cold approaches and meeting several women abroad, what makes you different from the pickup artists? If there is no intent on dating, aren't you just another PUA? I have a comment on that, but I would love to hear what you have to say first.
Say that again.
Okay, so the question that Nate said is that if you're so focused on cold approaches and meeting several women abroad, what makes you different from the pickup artists? If there's no intent on dating, aren't you just another PUA?
I think
International PUA.
I think you should watch more of my videos. We can solve
Yeah,
that with that answer.
yeah. I mean, yeah. So the thing is that like at least for me and like when I believe in cold approach, if you will, it just means like being for me. I believe it's just having the confidence to actually, walk up to a woman, not not knowing her from social media or anything like that, and just actually being able to strike up a conversation. So I don't think that's being a PUA. So I think that question is probably directed at you, but I would not say that Austin is a PUA. I just think Austin is just a confident young man. I don't think that's PUA behavior. Salvador Bahia, locations, slave trade. Yep, got it. Yes, we do. Off the coast of Charleston, South Carolina. Okay. E Rosary. Samba is strictly native to Brazil. Native blend of music. Okay. Let's see. 10% equals jank. Geechee culture. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm looking for some more questions here before we wrap up. I want to get Austin out of here soon.
Let me ask somebody a question. I was speaking with one of my friends about this earlier.
Yeah.
Whenever I've talked to several people, and their a common response that they'll say is, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with American women." Do you think does anybody in the comments think that do they agree with that? Oh, there's nothing wrong with American women. You just have to vet them properly. Does anybody agree with that?
I certainly don't. I
Because
certainly don't.
what? Okay, because I've had somebody tell me this, and this is why the passport is undefeated. This idea was undefeated.
Right.
If there's nothing wrong with American women, why do I have to vet them?
Right.
That doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. It's just like, oh, a black widow. There's nothing wrong with black widows, but if it bites you, make sure you go to the hospital pretty fast. And there's something wrong with that's not. There's something wrong with American women.
Yeah, well, I would say that there's something wrong with the westernized culture in North America and even in the United Kingdom, because I talked to some brothers in the United Kingdom, and they have the same problems over here. They said it might even be worse over there. But the thing is that, yeah, like it's definitely a problem. You have the entitlement, you have the shaming. The thing is that they want what they want, but the minute you say what you want, you're either misogynistic. I was watching your interview, and I watched it a couple of times in the Purple Pill podcast. And so the craziest thing is the most physically attractive one is the one that had the worst attitude. And like she was saying something about how she wants a man to wait until marriage, but she ended up actually giving it up. And it's like, wait a minute. So basically it's like you gave forbidden fruit, but you want us to wait? Like, no, it doesn't work like that. And she hated that car analogy, but that analogy is so true, because the thing about it is that if you buy a car, well, first of all, when you buy a car off the lot, its value already decreases. But the thing about it is that, like, if you buy a car from a dealer and it has no miles on it, but then you find out that the dealer messed with the speedometer, and then you end up finding out that that car actually has 150,000 miles on it. You like, wait a minute, like I need to return that. Come on, like let's not play that game. And the thing is like I hope that she really understands like that's that's the wrong attitude for her to have. That is the absolute wrong attitude to have, man.
But they only do that, I noticed, in United States. Or I've never been to, England or Europe, but these
Oh,
Western
I know you're
guys,
gonna be going out there with Pearly soon, so
yeah, I'll be out there for sure. But they only do that in places like that. I don't know. I've never had anybody. A lot of stuff that we believe in the United States, or people in the United States believe, a lot of people down here don't understand. I had a chick ask me when she was over here with me one day, why do people go 50-50 in the States? Well, because women want to be equal. I mean, I don't do 50-50. I do 100%, but I can see why men go 50-50. You want me to
right,
wait? You want me to take you on 19, 20 days before you come back to the house with me? We are going to split this bill.
right, exactly, exactly,
I'm
and
not
even
getting that.
yeah, and even if they say that they want 50-50, it's nine times out of ten it's never 50-50. Like it's a seesaw effect. It's always gonna be a leverage game. So like yeah, I want 50-50, but it's usually the man that's giving up more. Because the thing is that like a lot of men, we don't what we need to take pride in is taking pride in our resources and our time. Like the time is like the most the outside of our money and resources, our time is the thing that we can't get back. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing, right? Like I know like you make over 100K whatever, but let's just say like you stop YouTube and you go broke tomorrow, right? But the thing is that you can get that money back. You can start a new YouTube channel. You can go on another platform. But the thing is that if you've been talking to or with a woman for like 5 years or whatever, and you find out she's been wasting your time, those 5 years you can't get back. That time you can never get back. The most
Correct.
important currency, man, for the men that are watching, I'm telling you, is time. Shout out to Big Cap. He says, Austin, if someone gave you 70K, I'm sorry, if someone gave you the 70K you're trying to raise, would you build something for the youth, for those trying to get away like you did, or would you use that for yourself? It's actually a really good question, but I know the answer.
Well, the 70K, what? I don't know if that is a passive aggressive question or not.
I don't think it is because he saluted you. So I
Oh,
don't yeah, I
okay.
don't think that was a passive aggressive question. It
But
did come off like that, but I don't think it was. So I think his general question, and I'm just I'm just playing mediator here, but I think his general question is that the 70K, like what do you plan on doing with that? Like do you plan on um helping like men around your age or even younger once they turn 18 or whatever, to be able to put stuff together so that they can travel overseas? I think that's his general question. He probably just asked it wrong.
okay, so that GoFundMe was not my idea originally. But in the GoFundMe, I put on there it was for, I guess it's a security blanket if you wanted to see me travel around the world. But I was gonna travel. I didn't need anybody's money, as you can see. I was gonna do it here. I was gonna do that's before I even got on YouTube. That was my plan.
Right.
But the content originally is the first step to me helping the youth. I mean, me being in my youth and producing this content is what helps the other youth people in my age or younger people that I don't know. They may ruin their lives fooling with those women in the States. But I don't know what I would build. I don't see a dollar. What could I build? What would I build
Right.
to besides what I'm doing now, besides building content?
Yeah.
I guess buy more plane tickets to show you more options around the world. That's really all you can do. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Oh, Time to Travel said he actually talked to you on your live with Travel Versity, the Travel Versity condo with Dan.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Okay.
I remember that.
Okay, so yeah, so that's who Time to Retire is. Let's see. Um, Josh Ox says, women are in my top 3 reasons to travel. Hey, man, it's all good. Pattaya is 100% tourist area. Black Isan girls live up in the northern Thailand and Laos. Yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah, that black baby mama trap is a ball chain on our lives. Yes, man. Yes. Let me just say this, and a lot of men, you gotta listen. You gotta have the discipline when it comes to messing with the wrong type of females, man. Gotta have that. Gotta have that. Let's see. Shout out to my man LB Crypto Kings. Salute, bro. You pounding the pavement in this manosphere space, steady growing. Man, listen, I got to, man. Myself, Austin, there's a lot of us out here, and we want the improvement of men, and we don't have all the answers, but at least we trying to give you, some answers. You know what I mean? So definitely,
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Let's see. I do. Hold on. Oh, I don't travel exclusively for women. Women are the bonus. I mainly travel for the beautiful games. Okay, football games, soccer games. Also, Brazil has offsetting seasons, so I can't escape the freak Texas ice storms in February. Yeah, the Texas ice storms in February is weird, But when it comes to like not traveling, your main thing for the woman, it also depends on like where you are, what stage you are in life, Charles. As I mentioned, like Austin's 23, he has no responsibility besides himself, So if you don't have any responsibility but besides yourself, listen, yeah, I'm going there for the ladies, man.
Well, I mean, my problem is whenever people make it seem as if they aren't going to like that, like women won't be included when they get there. I'm not saying he's saying that, but there's some people that make it seem as if, oh, I'm not here for women. Okay, don't
I
mess
get
with
what you're
me.
saying.
Then don't mess with any then.
Right.
If you're not here for that,
Yeah.
I didn't come to the steakhouse to get spaghetti, so that's why I'm not gonna get it.
Yeah, you're right about that one. You're right about that one. Let's see here. CB Videofy. A beautiful, caring, feminine woman can bring you peace. Yes, you're right about that. She can definitely bring you peace. Peace of mind for sure. Music gives me peace. Football gives me peace. Not being in America or being around Americans gives me the greatest peace. Not having to think about race and being treated like hold on. Not having to think about race and being treated like a man gives me peace. Yeah. So I mean that was basically like in a nutshell. Like when you go to, when you go to these other countries, like for me, like when I'm in Colombia, like I don't get looked at like, oh, you're black. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, like, what's up? Like it's no issues. You know what I mean? So that's definitely a big part of your piece right there, because like there's certain places in the States, like you got to make sure like oh man, like I can't. Oh well, I can, but I don't want to go to these certain areas because I don't want these white people messing with me or whatever the case is. Like, man, in Colombia, I go anywhere, man. Medellin is just my city. That's my city right there. But like in Cartagena, I'm good. Barranquilla, I'm good. Cali, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, and there's no like, I never feel uncomfortable. I never feel uncomfortable going there. Again, CB Video 5. The wrong kind of woman can bring you a headache. Like there's the wrong kind of woman in the U.S. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely. You got to make sure that you got to make sure that you just doing the right thing, man. Guyanese women are fine. I heard it's issues with power and water though. Oh, you know what? I would have to ask Philly Dumb about that one. And then who else you said put you on to who else you said put you on to Guyana? I'm sorry.
Average Man Unplugged,
Oh,
his
Average Man,
video.
that's right. Yeah, I would have to ask them
Yeah,
both.
his video. I knew about it, but his video just inspired me to be like, okay, I need to go there soon. But Gail, not Gail at night that's in the chat. There's another Gail. She's
Oh,
from
Gail Nelson.
Gail Nelson. Yes,
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
from
yeah.
there. She speaks about it all the time.
Yeah, I think Gail is Guyanese, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, Johnny Appleseed, I could tell where y'all visiting. Y'all still love black women, just not ignorant American. Yeah, I mean, listen, the thing about it is that most black men love black women. We just don't like the entitlement. We don't like the entitlement. We don't like to be chastised. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be, like, let us be the man. Give us our peace, and that's that. I mean, there's more to it, but that's the simple things. I'm glad to see my brother is doing well in Brazil. Shout out to you, Jay Fleming. Let's see. The most important thing I learned was to detox from what I knew about other cultures and countries. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's true. That's true. Because we have this preset notion on what we think another country is like, whether they show us on movies, on the news, or whatever the case is, and then and we have like these preconceived notions, and then when we go over there, like what Austin and I were talking about, like the infrastructure, like or the malls, the restaurants, like they're modernized. Like you would think like you're in the States when you go to some of these places, like, man, some of the malls in Medellin, man, like they look real good, like up to date, man, up to date. You would think you're in the States is just that everyone speaks Spanish. At Nate, that's an insult. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think that was an insult. But shout out to you, Will, for holding it down. Uh, Gail at night. I see you in here, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying to rush through these comments, man. I like showing everyone who come in here love. Support Kings and Dreams channel. Yeah, man. You see the Cash App, the Venmo scrolling down, or you can just send a super chat. I appreciate it, man. It's all good, man. All good. All right. So I have two more questions for you. Then I'll get you out of here. So one more
okay.
question for you, Austin, is that you know um when traveling throughout Brazil, what is a I'm sorry,
No,
did you say something?
no.
Oh, my bad. Okay, so traveling in Brazil and Thailand, what would you say is the most intriguing part of both outside of the women?
What is the most intriguing? For Thailand, again, it was. I say echo. Okay.
I don't know. I don't think
Uh,
that's on my end. I'll
okay.
mute myself though.
Okay. In Thailand, the most intriguing thing, like I always say, is the cost of living. It was extremely cheap for everything. You can pretty much spend $200 a week eating out every day, and just you can do a lot for very little in Thailand. That's what's most intriguing. But outside of the women in Brazil, when I first came to Brazil, I thought it was intriguing looking at the cost of living. But after going to Thailand, I don't think I can be shocked too much, unless I heard Bali is even cheaper, I believe so. But cost of living is what's going to be most intriguing. That's what's most beneficial is the currency conversion.
Okay, gotcha. All right. And then my last question is that for For anyone that is looking to, for anyone that's looking to actually get to Brazil, what's one of the most important things that they need to know?
You would have to narrow that one down a little bit more.
Okay, all right. So my question to you is that for a first-time traveler to Brazil, right? What is one of the most important things that they should know?
What's the most important thing that they should know? If we want to talk about safety, you cannot wear your jewelry in most places the same way. Let me say that for Rio, because I wear my gold watch everywhere I go, and they tell you not to wear any jewelry, but I've worn my gold watch in both cities,
Right.
and it's just fine. The danger is just the same as it is in the States. But before you go to Brazil, do not come flashy. Don't be flashy at all, but don't bring jewelry or anything that is going to draw a lot of attention to you the first time until you learn the area and learn Portuguese. A lot of people down here do not know English. English won't get you very far here.
Yeah, I would say definitely learn some of the language. I don't know how it is in Brazil yet, but in Colombia, like at least have some conversational, right? So like if you need to get something to eat, you need to ride, you need like whatever it is, like have conversational language. So don't just come there empty-handed and just expect to just use an app. Like, yeah, I understand using an app, but being able to say a little something, that definitely helps.
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely. All right, and then I'll leave you out with this. So what are what are your final thoughts about men that are men that still are in fear or still hesitant? Your last final thoughts on this conversation.
Don't believe anything or anybody that does not agree with me, because the majority of it is going to be propaganda that's just fear mongering you to keep you in the United States so they can keep making money off of you, keep putting you on pain medication, and the women can keep using you and putting you on child support. Get your passport. It's really
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Well, listen, man. Thank you for coming through, man. And I know we have been trying to plan this for a while, and I actually thought, and I messed up the time again. So I meant to say 7 o'clock, but it's all good. So I had to kind of scramble and all that, but we're all good to go, man. So thank you for coming through and enjoy, man. I look forward to
Thank
seeing
you.
some more videos for tonight.
Yes, sir. I got one coming out. I think here in a minute, here in a few minutes, or in about an hour.
Okay. All right. Perfect, man. I appreciate your support, man. And definitely, guys, make sure that you guys subscribe and follow Austin Holman, man. This brother is definitely a beast, man, a beast, and he's going to continue to grow. And definitely just watch him and watch him enjoy his life, man. Watch him enjoy his life, and you can enjoy life too, for real,
Absolutely.
man. Absolutely, man. Thank you so much, brother. I'll catch you soon.
Thank you as well. Thank you for having me.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Salute all. Thank y'all for tuning in for this interview. And, I will be meeting with Austin again. We have a couple of other collabs coming up soon, so definitely be tuned in for that. Thank you for watching the channel. I appreciate y'all as Kings and Dreams. Stay purposeful, and I'm out of here. Thank you.